you guys, welcome back to Southern Latitudes. This is Robin, and I wanted to show you something in the garden. And I did some work over the weekend, and I tore out all those blueberries like I said I was going to. I still have a little bit more weeding to do. Hey bud, I know you're a star, aren't you? So anyhow, I still have just a little bit more grass to collect and get out of here, but I was pretty much done by the time, I did lots of things that morning, but anyhow, so I took the Pickering mango that was in this pot, and I noticed it was starting to put on new growth. It was wanting to push, and I was like, oh poop. So I was like, okay, we got to get going. We got to absolutely get it out of the ground and over here. So I pulled all the blueberries, and they're waiting to go maybe tomorrow or the next day. They're going to go in the ground over against that fence over that way, and there's irrigation over there for them. There's more shade too, but anyhow, that's the trade-off they're going to get. So I dug a deep hole. I put some fertilizer at the very bottom. I filled the hole with a lot of water, and I quickly drug the mango over here and got it in the ground. Well, since then, this is actually, a few days ago. Since then, wow, have I seen an explosion of growth on my Pickering mango. Now, I watched this wonderful couple. Their channel is called Truly Tropical. They're in South Florida, kind of by Homestead, and they do a lot of mangoes, but they also do other things too, but mostly mangoes. And she was talking about something called a mixed bloom, and I have a great example of that. So, and she did too, so you could go to the expert for that. But I ran out here and I was like, oh, I gotta see if I got the same thing. So when you have the leaves above the panicle, this red part's called the panicle. So these are flowers, and then I have leaves up here. So this is not going to be good for future growth, right? So when it's done flowering or even potentially fruiting, you just want to snap that off. That's not where your new growth is going to be. So, and that's called a mixed panicle, which is happens sometimes when you get early cold weather, I believe, if I'm describing what she said right. So when you get cold weather kind of early, it does that. And then this is a panicle right here, but this is the correct way it's supposed to come out, where it's nothing but the flowers, and that's where eventually the bees come and pollinate, and then you set fruit on it. So this one's going to be good. And then this, I think, just drops off, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I've never actually gotten my mango to fully fruit. This is my first experience, really. And we had blooms last year. Sorry, we had panicles and blooms, and I did knock those off, and I had forgotten about that. If you saw me on Instagram brag about how this was my first time, it isn't. It's really my second time. I just kind of recalled that. So this is another one where the leaves are coming up off the panicle. It's a mixture of leaves and blooms in there. That's not really good. And then I think I have multiple of them like that, but I do have the one that is actually the right way. So when this is all done, and because, well, Pickering mangoes are dwarf, and so they don't get super big, and I think this is a 3-year-old plant, so we won't let it have a lot of fruit. But I'm thinking if I can get like 2 fruit out of it this year, I'll be a happy camper. We'll just knock all these other panicles off and let it continue growing new wood. So let's see if I can get you down here. So there's where the graft is, down here. Can you see that? Okay, and then so we kept knocking off panicles, or I don't think there was much pruning, but it did divide here, and so it has a couple true stems and branches that have real hardwood. And then like here, this will probably become hardwood here this year. But this panicle right here coming off, I don't think I get to keep that, or I have to trim it or something. These leaves will come up, but I think those are flowers, and then that makes it where it's not going to be real wood. it's not the best scenario, but that's because of our weather. So anyhow, I just wanted to show you that before I go ahead and water it for the night. And I'm really, really excited to see this plant coming along and growing. And it should really love being right here. It's got a lot more sun. Well, it had sun before, but now it has space to put the roots down. Having the blueberries in here, and of course they look like dead sticks every summer in Florida, and the grass was creeping in. It was really hard to maintain that in the height of our, accelerated growth with our flowers. Now I need to come in and completely fix this border. It's been hit by the lawnmower a million times. So I'll do that on if we get a cooler day or a cloudy day. But so excited. The Pickering mango is in the ground. I do have one proper panicle, and then I have some mixed bloom panicles, which will have to go eventually. But I may just let them fruit if that happens and we get some bees to pollinate this. Anyhow, you guys, I hope you learned something new. Definitely go to her. Let her do all the explaining. She's a professional. I'm just learning from somebody who's wonderful. And I don't really know their names, but the channel is called Truly Tropical. All right, take care. God bless. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.